Since we ready, we ready. Uh, yeah, everything's gonna be all right. We keep it real. Gotta keep it tight. Gotta keep it bright. Keep it shining. Yeah, I know I'm a little late, but please stop whining. And I ain't saying that you're whining unjustifiably, but I had some things to do, and I see that y'all was waiting for the guard, and I'm glad I got here. Yo, the road was kind of hard. Got caught in traffic, had to do a little kind of things to maneuver my thing and get there. Yeah, but I share this with y'all. I would never ever dish y'all. Yeah, the bars are kind of light, but I'm still going to do the thing and say them with all my might. I'm tightening it up, just like a screw with a screwdriver, Phillips head. I do this thing until the day I dead. It's the Daily Go Get 'Em Ism show. Actually, it's not. It's the Urban Therapy with Sun show. I'm your host, Sun752. And we are talking about is it the responsibility, is birth control the responsibility of the man or the woman? You know, there have been many, many discussions about this, personal discussions. A man and a woman, you know, deciding, well, who should go on the pill? Who should use a condom? It's pretty obvious because only one gender can use one or the other. But there are other forms of birth control that can be used. And, you know, a man and a woman should be in agreement about the form of birth control that they're going to use if they are planning to have a child or not have a child. If you're delaying the decision to bring a child into this world, which is probably the biggest decision that could ever be made in this world, well, y'all should be on the same page when it comes to that. And permanent birth control. We're going to have to take some time out to talk about permanent birth control. Whether it should be the woman that gets her tubes tied, or whether it should be a man who gets a vasectomy. Now, a lot of men really turn their nose up and get a little upset when you start talking about doing the snippy snip. And I don't blame them. It does seem to be a disparity, though. Women who decide to get their tubes tied to undergo a tubal ligation, they seem to be way, way, way more confident about doing it than men that I've known who have gotten a vasectomy. And I don't know a whole lot of men who have gotten a vasectomy before, but I do know a couple interesting situations when it comes to that. So that's what we're talking about today on the Urban Therapy with Sun show on this 14th of July. The temperature's high, you know how it goes. Feel like you're gonna die. Yo, come indoors, yo, crank up the air. Yeah, we about to share a whole lot of knowledge, a whole lot of wisdom. We got to get in this thing. Don't smoke the ism. But if you smoke the ism, make sure that you don't do it out no papers. These papers are having an effect on our health, and I ain't trying to do that thing for myself. But if you indulge like I know you do what you do, but be safe. You got a lot of things to stay on this earth for. What we gonna do work for? I'm gonna make sure that I put in my time and say a little rhyme. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad y'all here with me too. You could have been anywhere but you. Chose to be here right in front of my face, and I'm right in front of yours. We gonna do tours. So what's going on, y'all? Urban Therapy with Sun752. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We do this every single Sunday from 1 p.m. till around 2:30-ish. And the reason that we say 2:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Sunday. And it is Sunday. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight, go back and forth with each other. Bust it up all crazy. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see the way that the universe projects us into this thing called the world and try to figure out this thing called life. I'm your host, Sun752, aka Omar with the rrrr. And if you can't say Omar with the rrrr, well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. I'm feeling like a real man should, and I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should also. Today on the Urban Therapy with Sun show, we are talking about, is birth control the responsibility of the man or the woman? The male or the female? The XY or the X? Or is it, the woman is double X and the male is the YX? or is it just a lie? I know the male is the why. It's the how come. But yeah, it's a serious subject. And sometimes we're having this discussion too late. A lot of times we're having this discussion too late. A lot of times we should have talked about this up front. And maybe we did talk about it loosely. But what happens a lot of times when it comes to birth control is that a lot of times people aren't on the same page. One person wants one thing and the other person wants another thing. So one person makes a move that makes it look like it was a mistake when it was actually an on purpose. And when you mix in substances and alcohol and stuff like that, things can happen. You mix in substances, alcohol, and fertility. What do you get when you take a man, a woman, alcohol, and fertility? What happens when you mix the two? You get a baby, a bambino, a baby. That's what you get. Sometimes that was the intended purpose, and sometimes it wasn't. I know, and you know plenty of people who have had children in order to secure something else, like a person. Well, I know that if I get pregnant, the man will stay around. Yeah, stay around. I know if I get her knocked up a couple of times, I ain't gotta worry about it. I'm gonna be in this thing. I'm in the house. I got a reason to come around, and she ain't my spouse. But I know that I can always get it. That's my baby mom, and I know that she always with it. Well, she used to be. Now she a little angry because I got Angie around the corner pregnant, you know. Yeah. Well, I had a couple of kids, a couple of beer, you know. But sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it happens a little bit lighter and still the same level of sinister. Let me see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. At least 4 women that I can see in the chat right now. And I can bet, I'm willing to put up money that 3 out of the 4 have probably been with some dude that was secretly trying to get you pregnant. He might not have been all that secret about it. Won't you have my baby, boo? Nah, I'm too young. I ain't trying to do that. I got things I gotta do. You ain't even got no job. I'm trying to build out here. I'm still in my mom crib. I'm trying, I gotta finish some things up. I got a career to take care of. I ain't trying to mess my body up. I don't know what you talking about. No. You already got 2, 3 kids. I already got 2. I ain't, nah. It ain't going down like that if that's your intention. Yeah, so being as though that conversation was had, or that energy was already out there and we already knew everybody's position on it. He just decided he wasn't gonna say shit. Oh, the condom broke. First of all, let's talk about that for a minute because preventing STDs and using birth control like condoms and spermicides to make sure that you avoid catching infections, that's part of birth control too. For a lot of people, that's the main point. Like, growing up in the 80s, we wasn't, we was having babies. We wasn't as scared of a pregnancy as we was for a positive HIV test. Like, yo, I ain't trying to get an A on that. No, I want all negative on that. But yeah, so a lot of dudes in those times when people were using condoms to save their lives, not saying that it's safe like that now, but there have been a lot of advances in HIV in AIDS research. So people are living with HIV undetected and all of that stuff, where that was just a fantasy. And HIV, I think, came out in 81. That I know of. AIDS came out around 1981, and it fucked the whole rest of the decade and the next decade up bad. But anyway, so a lot of dudes, If a man uses condoms enough, he knows how to make it stay on, and if he's working with enough power, he knows how to take it off without using his hands. Especially if you used to use lifestyle condoms. I used to always say back in the day, if you want to go raw, use lifestyles. They'll get you there, guaranteed. They did have a good condom called tuxedo condoms, and they was black, and them things was pro. They was good. Them lifestyle tuxedos, but the regular ones and Trojans themselves, that was the garbage condom. That they was strong, but that was for people who didn't really want to. Like if you don't want to feel nothing, you wear Trojan. All the rest of them were kind of garbage. Ramses, like you had Trojans and you had Ramses. What a coincidence. Greek mythology. Anyway, so what are the other ones they had? It was a bunch of condoms brands and you know. Anyway, so a dude would make the condom break, and I've heard people say, "Well, we didn't know that the condom broke." Yes, you did. A condom will remind you that it is not going on anymore immediately. Soon as it starts feeling like sex. Soon as it starts feeling like sex, you know that condom has gone away. Now there's some women who get so wet that you be checking your shit like, yo, it must have came on, like that shit's still on there. But a lot of women can't even withstand the condom, and then you have some women who are allergic, to latex and spermicide and all kinds of issues. Nonetheless, at least the effort to use birth control was there. But you have to watch out for certain people's intentions because you're not always on the same page. When your man wants you to have a child and you don't want to have a child yet he's going in this direction and you're going in that direction, and you think that y'all going in the same direction. Well, I said no. We both agreed that this wasn't a good time. You like, shit. And then you have women, same thing. Yeah, he messing around, running around here, but I got something that'll keep him in place for a minute, whether socially or legally. A lot of dudes got caught out there like that. Shout out to all my men out here who have ever had a baby blamed on them. Some of y'all took the whole ride. Some of y'all didn't. Some of y'all bailed out anyway. Some of y'all stayed in way longer than you should have or could have. But that's what we're talking about today. Is birth control the responsibility of the man or the woman? Which one? Let me shout out my people. Stacy White, thanks for coming on through, holding it down for the D every day, all day. Appreciate you. And T Carry Right, morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my people going directly into your side. Grown woman, don't try me, yo. Why? I see you coming through. I appreciate you. And I miss your old name. I miss your old name. What I'm saying? But it's all good. You know what I mean? I gotta grow up. Naturalista Rap. What's good? Good to see me some you. And wait a minute. And CC Lee Jean. What's going on? Good to see you. Naturally. Oh, when you mix alcohol, a man and woman, alcohol and fertility, you get baby mamas and a baby. Yep, that's exactly what you get. That's the formula. Yeah, got that. Easy work. TK Wright says, it's true, Lisa. I've had a few guys want to do it. My ex got me though. Oh shit. And Naturalista Rap says these condom names are hilarious. I'm telling you. Yo, I remember when I was like, when I was 17, 18, and 19, I used to have a knapsack full of condoms, full of them shits. Because they gave them out all the time. You know what I mean? Everywhere you went, they was giving them out. I wasn't even fucking like that back in the day. I was fucking, but I wasn't fucking like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I had a bag full of them. It's like it was. Had my books in there, and they was sitting on a bed of condoms. Real shit. Real shit. I'm crushing them. Like some of them was good, some of them was bad, some of them expired, some of them, some of them fresh. Whatever, however it go. Yeah. Yeah, you had to. Shit. I mean, look. I'm too fly to get AIDS. Fuck that. You know what I mean? I might not be fly enough to get with her. I might not be fly enough to push that whip. I might not be dope enough to get that crib. But I'm too fly to get AIDS. That's my position. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Yeah, I'm too fly for that shit. I'm too fly to be running around here trying to catch the monster. I ain't trying to get that monkey. But in the 80s, I was scared to death. I ain't know if I was fly enough not to get that shit. I was scared. I ain't lying. I was 80s and 90s. Shit. Self-control. Because a lot of people didn't seem to understand the gravity of the situation. A lot of people didn't seem to give a fuck. Plenty of my friends, they had a lot of kids and shit like that. Motherfuckers. Listen, I grew up in Germantown, and the rumors around the city was that keep away from. This was back in the day. Keep away from them chicks in Germantown. You know what I mean? They all fucking each other. All of them, not the chicks all fucking each other, but everybody in Germantown fucking each other. You know what I'm saying? The clinic hot in the Jeep. The clinic hot over there in Shelton Ave. You know what I'm saying? Shit like a party. You don't want to get invited to that party. It wasn't out of the realm of this. It wasn't out of the realm of possibility. I was like, by everybody, fucking everybody. Exactly. What do you mean by that? Because I ain't never really messed with chicks from around the way, and that's a fact. That's a fact. I always went to schools outside of the neighborhood. I ain't really hang out too much around the neighborhood, so I mean, I was good in the hood, but you know what I mean? You could catch me out South Philly, West, definitely up West Oak Lane and Mount Airy, but right around the way, nah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. So it was a little bit of validity to that, and a lot of these things was rumors. But why chance it? Why chance it? Now, when they said that Southwest was hot out there with the HIV about 10 years ago, that was coming straight out of the CDC. That was. It was like coming straight out of the CDC. So having a baby is one thing out there, but of course they was like the demographic of the ones who was turning up with that shit was a lot of young people. You know how young people can be reckless. They can. They don't seem to understand what can happen to them if they just sling their shit around all crazy and free and wild. This ain't Woodstock of the 60s. So, you don't want to get burnt? You don't want to have a baby? It would seem to me like if that's really what you don't want to do, then you would take precautions to make sure that it doesn't happen. Against all odds. Nobody should be able to knock you off your square. But if you're anything like me, all you hear is a bunch of excuses. Well, only a woman can get pregnant, so you know what I'm saying? She should make sure that she can't get pregnant. I see the validity in that. I see the logic in that. I know one thing. No bullshit. If I was a woman, first of all, thinking from a man's standpoint, if I was a woman, I'd be celibate as shit. I'd be like, man, I ain't never. Not from what I know about niggas. Ain't nobody getting this shit. First of all, I'm gonna be gay. I don't like. But anyway, but if I was a woman, ain't nobody getting me pregnant unless I want to be pregnant. Ain't gonna be no excuses. Trust me. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. And I know a lot of women feel this way. I'm a product. I'm a product of a woman taking birth control into her own hands. When I was very unborn, my mom and my dad was married. They already had my two sisters. Now my mom had a miscarriage, so it would have been four of us, but it turned out to be three. So no, she didn't miscarriage. I think my sister Narda was either stillborn or died shortly after birth. But she had a name. So she must have made it. I don't know anybody that names. Well, that's not true. Anyway, so my mom knew my dad was. He wasn't exactly Ward Cleaver. He was more like Bill Cosby, without the seeds. So she was like, see, what you not gonna do is you not gonna be having me all barefoot and pregnant, having all these kids while you running around here sticking and moving and having other kids. That's what you not gonna do. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and do what you gotta do. I'm gonna be the good wife, and I'm gonna drop this pill in my mouth and make sure that you gonna be pumping away. You don't know shit. That's what she did. He said, all right. Listen, it ain't gotta be no big argument. We ain't gotta fuss and fight over this. Where you used to enjoy fertile ground. I don't know why I'm not getting pregnant. I don't know. I guess you keep missing me around my what do they call it when the woman is the most fertile during the month. What's that shit called? Ovulating. I guess you keep missing my ovulation period. Better luck next time. Maybe if you bring your ass home at the right times again, maybe it'll happen. It ain't gonna happen because she was dropping the pill. Ain't gonna happen. So maybe it's from my mom that I get my stance from. Like, nah, this shit'll happen when I say it's gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen before. I'm gonna take matters into my own hands. You can want whatever you want. You can have intentions the way you have them, but you know. So she did what she had to do. Now, with that in mind, the story that I heard of my conception was my dad went on a business trip to Chicago for something. And when he came home, he caught my mom out there. She literally described it like that. Like, yeah, he caught me, you know. He described it like that too. Like, came back to the crib, said, wifey, it's time. Next thing you know, that's how I made it here. So, I guess after that, she was strict on it because there wasn't no kids, no more pregnancies after me. She said that shit though. She said, all right, you got your boy. You had two girls. You got your boy. She ain't know he had a bunch of other boys. Anyway. Rest in peace, Dad, but you know he was trifling. Yeah, I say he was trifling. He's trifling, but that was my daddy. I love him. But yeah. So like, in this family, you got your boy. That's it. We three and done. We three and done. But I always think about, you know, how I came to be and how it could have went a totally different way. You know, um, so when I listen to other people talk about how such and such got me pregnant or she got pregnant on purpose, and I'm thinking to myself like, yeah, that can happen, but it can also be your responsibility. You got to take responsibility for what you do. Like, if you can blame somebody for getting you pregnant or for getting pregnant by you, then you can blame somebody for you robbing a bank, sticking up somebody on the street. Like, yeah, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have done it. No, you held the gun in your hand. You took the products and you used them, or you sold them. Whatever you did with it, you made that happen. You got to take some responsibility, because believe me, the judge is going to look at it a certain kind of way. Like, ain't nobody, what you think this is? What you was in the Manson family? You was in the Manson family, dude? You know what I mean? Yeah, you brainwashed? You felt like you had to take the tape, you had to do the tape murderers, you had to take them out? What you talking about? It's a hard stance, and it may seem insensitive or whatever, but yeah, hey, you got to do what you got to do. Hopefully, when you got pregnant, because outside of sexual assault on a minor or whatever, and even some minors, yeah, come on, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Even some minors on some bullshit. Shout out to all of the minors that got pregnant by a minor on some. I know how to keep a boyfriend. Ha ha. Did it work, shorty? Well, no, but yeah. I'm sure some women have done this shit twice. I know niggas have done it more than once. Alright. Naturalista Rap says Germantown sounds dangerous for the ovaries. You know what? Got me thinking. Well, you know what? I knew, it was chicks in the G that got pregnant as teenagers, but not multiple kids. I didn't know like a lot of, even with the projects right around the corner, I ain't know a lot of teenagers that had like multiple kids. I did know a few. Couple maybe. I remember this one chick, she had her first baby, she was 13. Then she had another one when she was like 15, 16. She was already family oriented. By the time she turned 20, I think she had like 3 by then. But she was like an isolated case. Most just had a little one. You know what I mean? But, Germantown is not a small section of the city. So you got West Germantown. I live in West Germantown, and you got East Germantown. And anywhere in the world, that how the East is different from the West. I don't fuck them East Germantown niggas. First of all, they ain't the real Germantown. They ain't the real Germantown. I mean, they Germantown, but they be blending all into that West Oak Lane shit down the area. They ain't the real Germantown. You ain't real. Once you cross Germantown Avenue into the east side, everything start getting different. It start getting dark. The houses get smaller. The paycheck gets small. Let me stop fucking with some of the Somerville motherfuckers calling to the show. Tripping. All right. Art of Mine 559. Hey, yo. What's going on? Savoy Wilkins says, remember the sponge? That was my favorite clinic. Gave them and condoms out for free, as far as I know. They stopped giving. Yeah, man, the sponge. I thought that was a good form of birth control. I thought that was it. I mean, I ain't know nobody that was using the sponge that got that messed up. And you know what? Remember, I always thought this was a real weird form of birth control. Remember how they had the birth control patch? I remember this chick that I went to college with. It was a few of them running around here showing their patches. I'm like, oh, raw sex for everybody. Yay! 1991 of summer. 1991 another summer. Get down. Sound of the funky humper. The birth control patch. You know what I thought about when they came out with the birth control patch? That made me think about that goddamn shot, the shot that you know the vaccine, the COVID vaccine. For some reason, I thought about that patch. Because I don't know, man. Between me and y'all, I don't believe that vaccine was. I don't believe that the needle. First of all, I didn't feel no needle. I ain't never been stuck with a needle that I didn't feel. But they put that Band-Aid on there. And you know, I figure if they can have a birth control patch that go, you know, a little Band-Aid looking thing that fills your body in a way to rearrange your hormonal balance so you can prevent pregnancy. I figured that I don't know, I can't prove it, but I know they gave everybody that Band-Aid. And it wasn't no blood or nothing like that. What's the Band-Aid for? I don't even think that shit. I swear I don't think that was a needle. But hey, you know, that was back in 2021, 2022. So, but yeah, the sponge. What else? Savoy, build and destroy. Savoy, build and destroy. Yeah, the sponge. I thought that was a good form of birth control. And the patch. I don't know. The patch was. I used to have a joke that I used to say on stage about the birth control patch. I'd be like, yo, I met this girl, man. You know, we was about to get busy. She took off all her clothes, and I saw she had a Band-Aid on her pussy. And I was like, oh shit, I'm good. Nah, we all right. She was like, nah, this means you can go raw. I was like, really? Yeah, like see, a Band-Aid gonna stop you from getting pregnant. Will I need a Band-Aid if you burn me? Use the same breath. Why they real shit though? If they give you a Band-Aid that'll stop you from getting pregnant, why they give you a Band-Aid to keep you from getting burnt? Did you ever think about that shit? Y'all probably ain't thought about this kind of shit in a while. We gonna bring it back. Yo, if they had a Band-Aid to stop you from getting pregnant, they couldn't have a Band-Aid to keep you from getting burnt. Yo, this is the HIV Band-Aid. We good. You know what I mean? Fuck your brains out, kids. Go ahead. Got that. I got that Band-Aid. We gonna have fun tonight. Remember hotel parties back in the day? Hotel parties used to be jumping off back in the early 90s, early and mid 90s. Hotel parties. Everybody having hotel parties. I mean, if we would have had the STD patch, that would have. It would have kept those parties going a lot longer. I suspect. A grown woman says, yes, the sponge, I remember, but they weren't around long. Yeah, make sure y'all hit the like button, y'all. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. Let's make sure we get these likes up. And that's what Lisa says. Wow, mom was like, oh, hell no. Yet mom was like, oh, hell no. Hell no. My mom did not play. She was like, all right, you do what you do. But check this out here. Player, I got you. Yeah, I still love you and everything. You know, I mean, you're a good man. You're a good provider and all of that shit, but you trifling. So what you not gonna do is have me all stomached out while you running these streets. Because my dad, you know, first of all, he was extremely handsome. Extremely. Like, he never worked out, but my dad was cut. As a young man, he had these shoulders. Like, my shoulders are more like my mom's side because of the bulk. But when I was younger, it was like a clothes hanger. Yeah, you know what I mean? And my dad, he had the clothes hanger thing. And he stood 5'11" and a half. That's what he always said. I'm 5'11" and a half. That was what he always said. But he was handsome, like not regular. He was a good looking man, and he had dough. So you know how that go? You running around here, you got the dough, you got the flow, you pushing Cadillacs and them fish going nibble on that line easily. My mom knew that shit. Like, oh, okay. Well, plus she worked. She wasn't no. She did the stay at home mom thing for like about 5 minutes, and then she was like, nah. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go out here and hustle. Tupperware, Electrolux vacuum cleaners. My mom sold anything. She was good at that shit. So she all out in the burbs, knocking on doors, getting paid. She let her tell it. My dad was mad because she was making more money than him at one time. She said he was that's she stuck to that shit to this day. Yeah, he was mad at me, want me to quit my hustle. He want me to quit my job while he running around. Nah, I ain't gonna have you feed me, give me some whack ass allowance and shit. You half ass Muslim talking about ain't no Christmas, jumping off. Oh yeah, well check this out. But it's funny because she wasn't openly challenging him. And my dad was a little violent at times. He was a little, a little violent. My mom was smart. She'd be like, "Oh, okay. Oh, you handle adversity with your hands, huh? Okay. I ain't gonna give you no adversity. I'm gonna act like I don't know shit. But I bet you I don't get pregnant. And I bet you I make my own money." Dimples D's, what's going on? What's going on? How you feeling? That's what Lisa Rap says. I can't stand that everything is the woman's responsibility to prevent pregnancy. Why? What's your problem? What's the problem? What's the problem? You want to have a baby, you can have a baby. You don't want to have a baby, you don't have to have a baby. Now, if you get pregnant, you want the baby, what happens? He ain't got no say so. So, being as though he can't make you, he can't push you to the Planned Parenthood clinic. He can't straight. Come on, Naturalista Rap. Come on. Come on, stop playing. Since he can't make you do it, you got too much power. That's what's wrong with y'all. Y'all women got too much power. What we gonna do with all that power? All that power. And you're using it for illicit purposes. You're wrong. Oh yeah, by the way, y'all can call into the show. If y'all would like to call in and express y'all feelings on this topic, I invite you to call in, and the number to call is area code 319-527-6199. That's the number to call. I said a 319-527-6199. Yes, y'all. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get on the line. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. 319-527-6199, baby. Press number 1 and that will let me know that you would like to speak. And then I will call you out by the last 4 digits of your telephone number. You can rock on and do the damn thing. It's the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. And we are talking about, is birth control the responsibility of the man or the woman? The man or the woman? El hombre o la mujer? El hombre o la mujer? All right. Hold on. Grown woman says, yes, the sponge. I remember. Okay, wait. I went back up too. I went back up too far. Too far. Too far. Grown woman said, was I an oops? No, not necessarily. One person definitely meant to. The other one was like, all right, last call for alcohol. Last call for alcohol. Last call for alcohol. No, I ain't getting you for that. We good. Naturalist the rap says, I can't. Okay, wait. I already read that. TK right says, I hate when someone says that it is the responsibility of both, but especially the person who doesn't want kids. Okay. Stacy White says, I got here with the sponge. They had the sponge when you was. I don't know if they had that. It might have. You got here with the sponge? Maybe you need to be more clear about what you mean by that. Because I don't think they had the sponge. Let me see. What time? Let me see when the sponge came out. What year was the sponge invented for birth control?
According to Cleveland Clinic, the birth control sponge was introduced in 1983, but was discontinued in 1994 after FDA inspectors discovered bacterial contamination at its manufacturing plant. The sponge reemerged in 2005 under new ownership.
Okay, so it was invented in 1983, but it went out after 1994, and then came back in 2005. But is it here now? They discovered bacterial contamination at its manufacturing plant. Dirty. You was burnt before you even had sex. Grown woman says, I might have been an oops baby for my mom, but dad was happy. He always wanted a girl. That's what's up. Mr. Overflow, what's going on, my G? Good to see you. What else we got? We got anything? Nephew Red says, I was waiting for you to read that comment. I'm just saying. Stacey White says, Vader birth control and I got here by mistake. I'm still lost. I don't. What's What is Vader birth control? Okay, wait. Is that the progestogen implant that emerged from side effects of mental? I don't know. All kinds of shit came out that I thought was dangerous. Like, remember that Norplant shit? That Norplant shit they used to put in the chicks' arms? And the chicks I knew that took that shit, they ain't getting no period. I was like, yo, what good can come out of that? Yo, what good? So y'all giving out menopause? I knew a couple of chicks that had that. I was like, I don't think that's a good look, man. You know what I mean? Like, anything you talk about implanting something, except I could see like putting something up like that. Oh my god, damn! I'm forgetting terms. That shit that you insert an IUD. The IUD, you put that in the vagina, and a man can actually feel that. Women don't be knowing that shit. Well, I guess look, you can feel it. I know I've always felt it. Even if I wasn't told, I was like, yo, you use an IUD? They was like, how'd you know? Mm. You can feel it. It's a foreign object. And they make all kinds of different looking ones and all that. Like, I'm like, so a foreign object in the vagina can just prevent pregnancy? Like, what is that? And you know, IUD had been out for a long time. Oh, Stacey White says they use birth control and I still got here. All right. Mr. Overflow says, I think. Yeah, I don't know. Listen, man. Y'all gotta chill. All right. TK Wright says, I was always afraid of the IUD. I don't know. Like a lot of women considered that to be a really safe form of birth control because it was just a foreign object. You ain't have to worry about. But you know, any foreign object you put up in there that you don't take out and take out on a regular basis and clean, I imagine that could draw bacteria to it, and you know what I'm saying. You know, y'all be itching and discharging, itching and discharging. You might not even have sex, and you itching and discharging, itching. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Now, oh shit, we had a call on the line. I guess I took too long. My bad, caller. My bad, caller. My bad. My bad. If y'all want to call into the show, 319-527-6199. 319-527-6199. Press number 1, and that will let me know that you would like to speak, and I'll get you on in here. And I promise I'll be faster this time. You know, this time I'll be sweeter. This time I'll be sweeter. Rest in peace to Angela Bofield. This time I'll be sweeter. But yeah. We were talking about the IUD. The IUD. Grown woman says, and there were a lot of problems with IUDs. Mr. Overflow says, as son, that stuff you be drinking are those smoothies. Yeah, this is I call it Colorine. And I just made this today. This is real good today. All right, I see we have a couple of callers on the line. I'm going to take the callers in the order that they requested to speak. So first I'm going to take caller with the last numbers 2816, and then I'm going to take caller with the last numbers 5612. So just give me a second while I explain this Colorine. What I have in here today is eggplant, collard greens, spinach, a whole lot of garlic. I got a beet in here. That's why it's like red, because this is an organic beet. That shit turns everything blood red. And I have a tomato in here. You know what I've missed? A red onion. I didn't put no onion in here. But I have some echinacea in here and some turmeric in here. So this is actually tasting pretty good. The more herbs you put in there, the nastier it tastes. I'm not even going to front on you. The herbs. But hey, we do it for health. We do it for self. All right, without any further ado, and let me move this over here, because what I noticed is that I have a tendency to keep looking over here like the person is actually over here. But if I put it over here, then it's like I'll have to take my eyes off of y'all. Y'all don't have to wonder if I'm talking to God over on to my right. All right, so caller with the last numbers 2816. Thank you for holding. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun show. What's on your mind this afternoon? What's good? You ready?
You hear me?
I hear you now. You gotta get your microphone together. You good? It sounds like you're either near a fan or you're driving.
Hello, you hear me? Sound what?
Okay.
You
I
hear
hear you.
me?
I hear you. Yeah. What's up? What's
So
good?
look, so look, so look, so look. My girlfriend's on birth control, right?
Uh-huh.
Hello?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
My
ahead.
girlfriend's taking birth control medicine, and she was like, oh, I don't want no kids. I'm like, bruh, if you didn't want no kids, why you take birth control? What the? Yeah, you take a birth control if you don't want no kids. Like, what you got going on?
Well, if you taking birth control, isn't that because you don't want no kids?
Uh,
Yo,
I feel
you gotta turn your background down. I'm getting feedback.
my bad.
It's cool. It's cool. Yeah, wouldn't you take birth control to
So,
prevent? Don't you take birth control to prevent having children? So didn't she do the right thing if she didn't want to have a baby? Wouldn't you take? Isn't she supposed to take birth control?
mm, no, she's not supposed to take it. She's not supposed to, but she still got pregnant even though she took it.
How'd that happen?
See what happened was, what happened was, I was,
Come
see what
on, man, get
happened
it together.
was,
Get it together. Get it together. Let's
see what
ride.
happened was, I was in her room. She's like, yeah, I want to have kids. I'm like, okay, let's go adopt your kids. She's like, and then 2 hours later, she said, I don't want no kid. Like, bro, why you make me adopt a kid if you don't want a kid?
Make you adopt a kid.
Yeah, she made me adopt a kid, like a girl or a boy.
So she didn't have a child, but she adopted a child.
Yeah. I'm like, bro, if you didn't want to be a mama, well, why get a kid if you didn't want to be a mama?
Hmm. Well, did she say that she didn't want to be a mom, or did she say that she didn't want to
She,
have no kids?
she said that she didn't want to be a mom.
Oh, I
I'm like,
see.
really? You're making really stupid decisions, and you're only 26, and you're making the stupid decisions,
Mm-hmm. Why you say that was a stupid decision?
huh?
Why you
Why I
say
think
what?
it's a
Yeah,
stupid.
yeah. Why do you say that was a stupid decision?
Because because did she got money to take care of the kid? No. Did she be in the streets every day? Yes. She be in the streets selling stuff. I'd be like, then on top of that, go ahead. Yeah, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, you definitely have to do what you got to do. So,
I'm like,
so how old
dude,
is it? How old was the child that you adopted?
ooh, 1 year old.
Okay, how old is the
One
child?
year old.
Was the child one when you adopted it? Adopted him or her? Is it a girl or a boy?
I think it's a girl.
You think it's a girl? What you mean? What you
It's a
mean?
girl. It's a girl. It's a girl. It's a girl. Girl.
All right, all
She
right.
is
So how?
now. She is now. She is 2 years old. She's 2 years old now.
All right. So she's 2 years old. What's the child's birthday?
She's a Capricorn. Her birthday is Wait, when's Capricorn's birthday? I forgot. I don't know, but she's a Capricorn though.
Okay. Cool. Cool. All right. So, did you want children?
I wasn't ready for that.
So let me get this
I
straight.
was not ready for that.
So let
He
me
kind of fussed on. I'm like, I asked her like, why you abusing your power? He's like, I'm abusing it. I'm abusing my power to force you because I want to be a mom. Like, that's not right. You wrong for that. And you know I wasn't ready for that.
All right. Now, what I'm trying to figure out is, if she said that she didn't want to have kids, did you want to have kids?
Not by her, did it?
Oh, you wanted to have kids maybe later on by somebody else?
I mean, me and her just not broke up yesterday, as a matter of fact. But
I ain't say nothing. Y'all broke
me
up.
and her broke up yesterday, and I told her, make sure you just take care of my kid, make sure he's okay. I should go around and see my kids, you know?
Hold on. Are y'all married?
Nah, we broke up.
But were y'all
We
married?
was married, but
Oh, y'all
we
were?
was, but we broke up. Yeah. But we broke up, though.
Y'all broke up or y'all got divorced?
We broke up.
Okay.
No longer together.
All right. All right. So, what do you want to tell the people? What do you want to tell the people before you get on up out of here?
I want to say, if you're not ready to be a parent, just take your time, heal your heart, and take time for yourself to think everything over before you actually do it. And don't rush into a relationship. Get to know your partner first before you do anything. And that's my message.
That's what's up. That's a good message.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you calling in today.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to take this next caller. You have a great day. Oh, he broke out. All right. Cool. A little rough around the edges, you know, a little questionable material, but it's all good. It's all good. What up, Mikey, man? What's going on, Star Small? Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you. All right. Caller with the last number is 5612 5612. Thank you for holding. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. What's on your mind this afternoon? What's good?
Son, it's your boy, Mr. Overflow, man.
What's going on, my G? How you feeling?
What's going on?
Hey, turn down your background. We getting turn down your background. We getting some feedback over there.
Is that a little better?
Yeah, it's way better. Now you clear.
Yeah, cool, man. I was just calling in, man, just to show my love, man, to holler at you, player.
Love is love, man. Over this side, appreciate it.
Yes, sir, man. Shit, that's all I was doing, man, just to come through, man. And I was listening to the last conversation, man. I really didn't know how to take it, but I know I was laughing the whole time.
All right, but in terms of the topic, so do you think who do you think should be more responsible for birth control? The man or the woman in a relationship? Who should take the most responsibility to make sure that an unwanted pregnancy does not happen?
Well, my interpretation on it, man, is at the end of the day, the woman is the person that got to take it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like as far as the woman's body and it's her body, I feel like she should be responsible for taking it or not, because at the end of the day, can't no man have no baby. You know what I'm saying? So I really do think that it's really the woman's responsibility. And also, man, just, being a young man coming from a situation where, my dad was kind of like your dad, nice looking young man, had a lot of money, one of the certified individuals in Las Vegas, had all the girls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He really wasn't around like that, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He wasn't around, so,
Okay.
him not being around, the responsibility automatically fall on my mom.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a sucky situation. But statistically, man, at the end of the day, when the man don't want to be, responsible, or they don't want to step up to the plate, it automatically fall on the mom. You know what I'm saying? And so it makes a woman think, not necessarily about having a kid, because at the end of the day, the kid is always going to be a blessing, no matter who fathered or who mothered it. The kid is from God. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it always falls down to the mother having to be the mother and the father. And sometimes that do make women realize not necessarily having the baby, but who they wanted to have the baby with. So I just feel like at the end of the day, man, you got to, like the other dude did say on the phone previously, he had a little bit of knowledgeable information when he said you got to figure out, who you want to be with. You got to have see if that's a relationship that you want to be with. Size a person up, man. See who they are. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't understand, like, a person could be totally different. You know what I'm saying? When you within, like, that puppy love stage, y'all going out, y'all having fun all the time, y'all don't got no responsibilities. But it's a big shake in the atmosphere when you get married, you start living with a person, you start realizing it's a lot of things in a person that you don't like. But sometimes all of those things can be preventable if you can see those things before you get into the seriousness of a relationship, man. But at the end of the day, to answer your question, man, I really do think that the responsibility should be on the woman, because it's her body, man.
Well, we know that it becomes her responsibility if it's a unwanted pregnancy on his behalf, but a wanted pregnancy on her behalf. So when it comes down to it, if a man wants a woman to terminate a pregnancy or get an abortion, and she don't want to do it, she ain't got to do it, and a lot of them don't. So
Yeah.
I think it's real unbalanced how it wasn't her responsibility to not get pregnant, but it's her responsibility on whether, or it's her decision on whether a life comes into this world or not. Like, I don't know, that sounds devoid of compromise there.
Yeah, and to keep it real, man, that is true. Because at the end of the day, if both of y'all say y'all do want to have a baby, then all of a sudden she says she don't want the baby. You know what I'm saying? That's a different story. But like I said, man, that all comes down to knowing the person that you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Actually taking the time to get to know a person. Knowing that a person don't want to have a baby, knowing that a person do want to have a baby, knowing that a person want to have a family, knowing that they don't. It's all about, you know what I'm saying, you figuring out who you dealing with, man. And a lot of people, and a lot of young people right now, you know what I'm saying, because I just turned 27, so I ain't, I'm not too old, but I've been married for 10 years, I got a company, I do the gospel music, all of that.
Right.
But at the end of the day, man, when I was young, I was pushing P all day. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't thinking, did I want to have a baby did I want to have a baby at 19, 20? Absolutely not. Because I was still selfish. I was still big-headed. I was still doing what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? I was in college playing football, you know what I'm saying, hoping that I would, putting all my eggs in one basket, hoping I could go to either the NFL or the NBA. Baby wasn't on the list, but I was doing everything that it took to create one. So just me being who I am, man, and coming from an environment where I already didn't have a father, once I had my son, who was out here in Vegas with my, my baby mama, who my wife now, when I was in college, I was just like, man, you know what? Hey, I don't want my son to experience what I experienced, because I know how that feels. So at the end of the day, even though I didn't want to have a baby and I wasn't ready to have a baby, I still had to step up And I just asked God to help me become a man. And the more that I put my effort into becoming a man and being everything that I need to be for my wife and my kids, the more of a man that I became, and the more selfishness went away, selfishness went away, and the selflessness came in. And now I just live for my babies, man.
Yeah, man, I appreciate. You know what? First of all, I really, really appreciate the eloquent way you deliver your thoughts. That's top level right there. A lot of men who feel the exact same way you did or that you do, they wouldn't be able to express it in that way. You took all of your personal feelings out of it. You took any anger that you may have had out of it. You know what I'm saying? That's not an easy thing to do, especially when you've had negative experiences or have seen other people go through it. But you bring up an interesting point. The point that you bring up about not wanting your child or your children to experience growing up without a father the way you did, you would think that more women who are facing the responsibility of having to raise children as single mothers, after you do it once, I would think you would be like, that ain't gonna happen again. So I don't agree with a lot of I see a lot of dudes online blaming single mothers for everything. Well, you wasn't messing, you chose Pookie and Ray Ray to have children with and all of that, taking the responsibility out of black men's hands, and you can't do that. Because just like it takes two people to make a baby, it should take two people to raise a child. And it does take two people to raise a child, to raise them in a healthy, responsible way. But because so many men,
absolutely.
yeah, but if I was a woman and and let's say my first baby my first baby father came out of love, even though maybe he was out there scrambling, maybe he was hustling, maybe maybe that's what attracted her to him. Like, he's a bad boy, but he seems to hold down he's a good provider, he's doing what he does in the streets, but he comes home and blah 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 blah. He gets not, let's say he go to jail for like 10 years, let's say 5 years, whatever the case may be. He's not there to take care of his child. So she might have to put money on his books. He's not there for her physically to take care of her physical needs. The child, you gotta take your baby up to the prison to see the father, and he might be talking all that good shit. When I come home, it's gonna be this, that, and the third. But if he was out there on the streets, he more than likely he was slinging his shit in other places. He might have 2 or 3 baby moms that you ain't even know about till he went to jail, because you coming up there on VI day, you can't get in there because he with his baby mom. You like his baby mom? I'm his baby mom. Oh, evidently he got a story to tell you, but you gotta wait. You ain't coming up there today. So after going through an experience like that,
crazy, man. Mm-hmm. It's crazy because, like I said, man, you speaking my story. You know what I'm saying? Like, my dad had my sister, like, of a year after he had me. Mama going up there to see my dad. You know what I'm saying? Baby mama on the side going to see my dad. So that's definitely a very relative story to my life experience. But one thing I always tell people, man, like, at the end of the day, it's a reason, brother, why you see so many weak men. And it's because of the fact that they don't have a father figure in their life. And my mama talked to me about this like a long time ago, you know what I'm saying? Like, we had a big discussion, and she had to apologize to me for not, even though my daddy didn't want to be there when he wanted to be there, she didn't want him to be there. Because she was mad and she had animosity. But she had to apologize to me because she wasn't allowing me to have that opportunity to experience a relationship with my father. Don't matter if he deserved it or not. That's not the point, because everybody deserves forgiveness. Everybody makes mistakes. Mm-hmm. But one thing even my mama knew, as hard as my mama tried to raise me, my mama knew that she was a woman and she couldn't raise no man. It don't matter how hard you think you is, it don't matter how tough of a woman you is, it don't matter how independent you is, you can't raise no man. A man cannot raise a girl unless a woman is there, because a woman has woman qualities, a woman got woman emotions, a woman goes through women experience. Same thing with a man. And that's why we have so many delusional and questionable and young women and men that don't understand a value and a purpose for their life, because they never had guidance from that same sex to give them a purpose and an understanding as to who they supposed to be, who they called to be, who they meant to be, and to be able to stand on that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's why it was so important for me coming up. You know what I'm saying? With all the mistakes that I done made, man, all the crazy shit that I done did, I said to myself, if I was gonna do something right, the one thing that I was gonna do is I was gonna step up to the plate. I was gonna be the best father that I could, the best husband that I could, to do everything in my power to make sure that when my kids grow up, they don't have a word in their mouth to say that their daddy wasn't there and their daddy didn't do the best that he could.
Facts.
So when y'all get older and y'all experience things in y'all life, y'all can't come back and say, "Oh well, daddy, it's your fault, mommy, it's your fault," because y'all don't got that excuse. Right. Y'all got everything y'all wanted. Y'all was disciplined, y'all was raised, y'all was built on standards, morals, and conduct. So when you go out there and make a mistake, it's gonna be because your ass did it. It ain't gonna have nothing to do with me. And so that's just always been my, always my thing, man. Like, that's why you even hear in my music, certain things that I say, it's always based on my life. It's always based on my life experiences. Even as I went through stuff and I experienced stuff through my life, man, coming up and just getting older, having to isolate myself from certain people because I wasn't able to grow. Because me trying to grow while I'm trying to help people grow, when those same people that's trying to help me grow, trying to pull me down, ain't gonna get me nowhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
So man, at the end of the day, son, man, it's just love to this shit, man.
It is. What I'm saying? It is. And, a lot of times people don't really take time out to think about these kind of things. They act like the situations that they are in or that they got themselves in just came from out of the blue. This shit wasn't pre-written. Even if it was pre-written,
right? You
can rewrite what's already pre-written. You can always make adjustments.
Man, look, you get a second chance at life every day you wake up. So how can't you rewrite it?
Exactly. So, I'm gonna share something with you that my dad used to always say when he was alive. When we used to talk about birth control, he used to always tell me, he used to always be like, "Listen, son, birth control is more than birth prevention. It's more than just protecting yourself. Birth control is also a proactive thing. Like if you once you make the conscious decision that you would like to have a child with somebody, that's birth control right there. Your initial attraction to somebody is birth control. When you have it in your mind, whether you are whether you're pregnant or not, I would accept being pregnant by this man, or I wouldn't mind if she had my baby. That's birth control too, because the same way you have the yin, you have the yang. So the same way as you say, well, if she got pregnant, I wouldn't be mad at that. I would handle that situation. It's the same way that you probably said about another one. There's no way I would get somebody like that pregnant, or I don't know why he would knock her up. All of that's birth control, because you are controlling who you decide, who you make the decision to either have children with or not have children with. That's all control. We act like like somebody is taking the control out of our hands because we're only counting when we decide to have or don't have children with somebody, or after the pregnancy has already happened. And we got to do better than that.
Right. Yeah.
We got to do a lot better than that. Yeah. So shoot, he used to even say, like, women out here who say that they want they baby to have light skin curly hair, shit like that. That's birth control too. Because they going. There's
Yeah, for
only
sure.
one way you can accomplish that shit. You know what I'm saying? So all these people in interracial relationships, straight birth control. Now let them tell it. Nah, love
Yeah,
don't have no color. Like shit, it might not have love. Might not have a color or a race or a gender, but it definitely has control issues. Y'all made that
for
decision
sure.
up front, so
Absolutely, man.
it's a
Absolutely.
lot to this shit, man. A lot to it. But yeah, man, I appreciate you
Yeah,
calling
yeah.
in, man. It was really really great. I'm talking to you. Please do not ever hesitate to call in again. This that you
Oh yeah.
gave some really really good insightful conversation, and I appreciate it.
I appreciate that too, brother, man. I'm gonna sing you some more music. I got a lot of stuff going on, man. I
Definitely.
just left I just left Philly probably like 3 weeks ago, shit. So I'll probably be back over there to talk to a couple people and do some more business moves. But I'm going to Texas, man, to see if it might be a potential possibility if I'm assigned this record deal. But it just depends on where my heart, and my spirit lead me. Because I'm good with what I got going out here in Vegas right now, man. So if them comments ain't lining up with the comments that I'm already making, it ain't no dope. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. And yo, your music is fire, man. Just keep doing your shit. You know what I mean? Your shit is dope,
I
man. I would
appreciate
not
that.
tell you. I would not tell you your shit was dope if it wasn't dope. I would say, no, it's nice. Yeah, keep working. No,
Yes,
no,
sir. Yes,
your
sir.
shit fire.
Hey man, look, I knew I was gonna get you though, because I was like, man, I said, let me send him this right here with this Emery mix. This Emery mix. I said, once he hear this, I said he gonna like it.
That thing was fire. That thing was on fire. Yeah, I gotta play your shit again. I might play it at the end of the show. That shit is hot. This shit is good as shit. For
For
real,
sure,
for
man. I
real.
appreciate that, boss. I appreciate the love, man. But I'm gonna go ahead and let you go, man. I'm gonna just get back on live and just listen to you, man. But I appreciate you for opening up the stand for me to speak, man, and accepting my call, brother. God bless you with everything that you got going on, and more endeavors to you in the future, man. All love.
Same to you, man. God bless you and your family and everything associated with you
Uh,
positively.
Touche, brother. Touche.
All right. That's my man, Mr. Overflow, coming through with the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding right there. Good shit. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, mucho. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Y'all hit the. It should be way more than 9 likes up here. We should be heading towards double-digit likes easily. We should be up to like 20 likes for real, for real. So make sure y'all hit the like. I know sometimes you get engulfed in the conversation. Some of y'all be audited in the conversation. Like, before I get, like, my likes are like my vote. I don't just be voting for any old candidate just because he a Republican or a Democrat. I gotta make sure he's worthy. Let me see the issues. Well, y'all have listened long enough to see what the issues are. I mean, just throw me the like, please. Hit the like button. We not done yet. We have more good shit in store. Um, yeah, a lot of good points, a lot of great points he brought up. And yo, and also my man Mikey, man, yo, thank you so much. And each and every time you do it, it always blows my mind, man. But thank you so much for that donation. Thank you for that super chat, man. You are the realest. You are definitely the realest, and I never ever take take what you're doing for granted or what you've given for granted, because you're giving a love offering, and also your contribution is not unnoticed by everybody else that's chiming in. So it's almost like sponsoring the show, like giving the stamp of approval. And I appreciate that. Appreciate it. Mucho, mucho, mucho. But yeah, I want to address Naturalista Rap. Hold on, man. Fuck that. Hold on, Mikey, man. You gotta get something. Hold on. Let me give you a little symbol. Let me give you a little symbol. Let me give you a little symbol. Give you a little. Give you a little symbol. Little something. Symbol. 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 We're not done. We're not done. We're. Hold on. Appreciate you. Mucho. And salute. Mucho. Salute. So, so yeah. Anybody wants to call in? Y'all can call in. Hold up. I see we have another call on the line. I'm going to take them in just a second. I just wanted to address Naturalista Rat and all of the women in the chat who claim that it's a man's responsibility or both of their responsibility not to get pregnant. I think one of the biggest things that we got out of the conversation with Mr. Overflow is that it's the woman's responsibility. And all of y'all agree, right? Everybody agrees, right? All right, that's what's up. All right, now we're going to take the caller. Caller with the last number is 1377. Thank you for holding. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. What's on your mind this afternoon? What's good?
What's up, man?
What's good with you?
Shit, I'm Blood Fart. I just want to say what's up to you.
Well, I'm glad that you called in, Blood Fart. Talk to me. What's on your mind? What you got to say?
I ain't got a whole lot on my mind, man. I'm just sitting here. I just want to say what's up to you.
All right. You calling from Florida, huh?
Yeah, man.
The Pensacola area? Around there?
I'm over in, like, Panama City Beach area.
Okay. The reason I knew that is because your area code. My brother was down like near Pensacola, and he still has that same area code. So whenever he calls, I always know. I always know that's him.
That ain't far from here.
That's what's up.
It's about an hour on the highway. It's right up the road.
Yeah, you know what? Roy Jones is from Pensacola, and when I was in the Pensacola airport, guess who I see? Roy Jones. I mean, what are the chances?
Yeah, he did, man.
He just happened to be there.
My wife's friend.
Yeah.
He was sponsoring a youth football team over there in Pensacola, and she was doing something with that over there.
Okay, cool.
What is it? Oh, no, okay, never mind, my bad. It was women's football. He was sponsoring over there.
Yeah, you know who else is from around there? What's the dude who does the auto tune all the time? Everybody was getting on him about auto tune.
T-Pain.
T-Pain. Yeah, he's definitely from around there.
Yeah, he did a concert over at in Destin. There's a spot over there. I seen him over there.
That's what's up.
Bumped into him.
I like T-Pain. I always thought he was dope. Everybody tried to shit on auto tune. I was like,
me too.
You know what I mean? How come T-Pain do it, everybody start bitching, but when Kanye do it, no, everybody's talking about he a genius. I'm like, really? Let that boy live.
Remember that? Snoop Dogg was doing that shit too.
He sure was. A lot of artists did it. That's what's up. But in terms of the topic, what do you think? Do you think that the responsibility to exercise birth control should be in the hands of the man in a relationship or the woman in a relationship?
That's on everybody. There ain't no one person that gets to take responsibility on that one.
Okay, that's what's up. And ultimately, I guess it would have to be for the two parties involved. Hopefully, there's not a third party involved, because sometimes there can be. There could be a third or fourth party involved. You know what I mean? It's a straight setup. I've seen situations where the mom set the daughter up to get pregnant by the dude, and everybody act like, oh, I ain't know. How can something like this happen? And it wasn't always when she was of age either. Shit is crazy out here. But
Yeah, I had a friend. He had a kid with this one woman, and then after that, he hooked up with the daughter and had a damn kid with her.
But hey, it happened.
That shit was.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's dirty.
He stayed there. He took care of all them kids. I don't know how they worked that out. Who's mom, who's grandma, all that.
Yeah. That's my brother cousin. My cousin brother. That shit.
Yeah.
That's some dirty shit.
That shit was wild, man. I tried to put it together to figure out who's what, and I just couldn't even figure it out, man.
It happens more often than a lot of people know. You know what I mean? Dirty shit. It's crazy. But I want to talk to you about one more thing. Now, when we start talking about permanent birth control, whether a woman gets her tubes tied or whether a man gets a vasectomy. Now, it's a sensitive subject. Normally, when you bring up the topic of a man having a vasectomy, most men frown their faces up about it because they don't want to not have the ability to have children at any time. Women seem to be more confident about their decision to not want to have any more children, but some women have goofed on that too. So some women who may have gotten their tubes tied, but they didn't get them cut and burnt, were able to reverse it so they could have children again, even though it may have come with a lot of complications. So if let's say a man already has 6, 7, or more children, and maybe he's still young, or maybe he is an older age, but he's at a point where society doesn't really think that he should have any more children, and maybe a woman is already at the point where she has 4 or 5 or 6 baby fathers, all single, all every child that she has a different father and whatever, and
90 seconds.
maybe she decides that she wants to get her tubes tied, but maybe she doesn't want to get her tubes tied. Maybe she says, "Well, no, I don't want to get my tubes tied. I think that because you have the ability to make so many more children, you should get a vasectomy." Who do you think? Should they both go ahead and do it, or should just one of them do it? And who do you think should be the one that does it?
60 seconds.
Well, I think money's going to be a factor there. You got to pay for those procedures. That's one thing. It depends on how they're doing like that. A lot of times, I think the guy they're worried too about what it's going to feel like. If it's going to mess it up for them, they ain't going to be able to enjoy their experience like they normally do.
Yeah.
But I had a friend. I mean, just for one example, he had it done. He said he actually said it was better after that. It was strange. So I mean, I don't know. It'd come down to if they're financially well off and they just want to have everybody feeling good, shit, both to just go do it just to keep it even. If you got money like that, I mean, and just don't care, or flip a damn coin.
Yeah.
Or someone's gonna take that hit. Let the other one. Do something to make up for it.
Yeah. See, like most women that I know that have gotten their tubes tied, they did it right after the last baby that they had. So it's like they already premeditated it. Like, yo, soon as this one pop out, y'all fix me so another one don't come. Because the way it happens,
What were you saying?
the way it happens with some
My
women.
wife's a nurse. She was
Okay.
just trying to tell me. She said it's less of a medical risk for the man to do it. I think she said. Yeah, she said for the man, it's less invasive and less of a medical risk.
Yeah, and that, although that may be a fact, a lot of men just don't want to do it. I can honestly say I would never even consider it. Like, ain't no way. Ain't no way. I'm gonna be like,
I kind of feel that same way.
yeah, I'm like, hey, look, I don't mind, like, don't take away my ability. Shoot, I mean, especially being a black man, they've been trying to take away my ability to reproduce since I was reproduced. So I ain't,
Man, that's another factor for sure.
look, we're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, there used to be laws against me being able to reproduce, so I don't want to do that shit. But I do see the value in it. If you are really serious, it's almost like saying put your money where your mouth is. You say you don't want to have no more kids, you don't want to have no more slip-ups, but you don't like to wear condoms, you don't like to protect yourself against pregnancy, but then maybe you need to. And I have met men that it seems like every time they stick, here come another child. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like, look, we gotta do something. You know what I mean? We got to make a move somewhere. Put a plug in it or something.
Well, Well, I mean, it does it would give you as a man, it would give you some license to just kind of do what the hell you want. You could just have a good damn time and not have to worry too much.
And if that's your true goal, then like if that's the way you move, then you should definitely be more proactive in birth control. You know what I'm saying? Like because most men, if they have a lot of children, they probably gotten burnt a lot too. They don't always talk about that shit. They don't always talk about they visits to the clinic. You know, like that's just a casualty of war.
Yeah.
But most men I know
That could get real expensive.
yeah, most men that I know who have taken a lot of trips to the hospital, or should I say to the maternity ward, have also taken a lot of trips to the clinic. So yeah, that's something that we have to take into consideration. That's something that we have to take into
Getting their name on the
consideration as
damn
well.
chair in the waiting room.
Yeah, man, shit is crazy out here. It really is. It's crazy. But yeah, man.
Looking VIP at Planned Parenthood.
Look, yeah, you know, the shot and the pills, baby. Like this ain't the birth control pill he taking. this a different pill. You know what I mean? This is going to help you out.
Hey, wait. Be like, don't worry, baby. We ain't got to go today. I already got 3 more prescriptions for that on the counter from last fucking week.
Yo, that shit crazy. You know what I'm saying? That stick is a little dirty. You got a little dirt on that stick. You dropped it in the mud, dog. Yeah, I mean, you gotta get it together.
We need some fucking degreaser on that thing.
Yo, when we was talking earlier, we was talking about how they used to have the birth control patch. I think they need an STD patch too. But I think the reason that they don't have the STD patch is because the CDC wants to have the numbers. They want to know the numbers of people who are out here getting burnt. You know, and that's how they get paid. So they don't never want nobody clearing up their shit on their own. Like, no, y'all gotta register that shit. I mean, they should have a call-in number or something. Like, all right, listen, we'll sell you the STD patch over the counter, but it's only good for one disease, one round of diseases, and you got to call this number in order to activate it and some shit. They could do it if they wanted to, but they're not going to do it because they want those numbers.
Man, they don't talk about that no more. When I was coming up, man, like every damn thing on TV was about like AIDS, this and that, and all types of that kind of thing. And I was scared, man, as a teenager. I was scared to let my shit touch too much, and I just don't really see stuff like that. It don't really get talked about no more.
They have slowed it down a lot, and it's sure ain't because these kids today ain't. Well, they sucking more than they fucking. I will say that they're definitely more on the oral side than the vaginal side. But yeah, Planned Parenthood is still full of burn victims. Still, when you go in there, you're gonna see a whole lot of people in there waiting for treatment, and the local clinics. So it may not be resulting in babies as much, but yeah, there are a lot of 2nd and 3rd degree burns going out there. Yeah.
Damn, I've been fortunate, man. I never had to try none of that.
Well, that's great. That's great. It's definitely not something that you want to repeat, but I've known people who, let's just say, they had no respect for the law. They were definitely repeat offenders.
I mean, shit, I'm thinking, you know, I got some bad sunburns before. I'm trying to, that's about the best I can relate that to, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's crazy. But listen, man, I want to thank you for calling in. I appreciate it. Yeah, call in at any time. Anytime you want to bust it up, if you have any questions, comments, or whatever, don't hesitate to dial the number. The lines are always open. Anytime you see me on the show, the lines are open. That's how we carry it now.
Appreciate that, man. I didn't really have nothing special on my mind. I just want to say what's up, man. You have a good day. I've been enjoying your show.
Thank you. I appreciate your input. One love. All right.
Yes, sir.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, y'all. Let's do these birthday shout outs. Birthday shout out. Got birthday. birthday. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious July 14th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are SPECIAL. Look at the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. Look at the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. Look at the RESPECT. They get number one out the box. Lauren Gale, happy birthday to you, and also Marcita Jones. I wonder if that could be Marquita Jones. You know, knowing black people, it's probably Marquita, but with a C right in the middle of it. But I don't know. And Levon Belizaire, happy birthday to you. On Dean Johnson, happy birthday to you. And also Valentina Garson, happy birthday to you. And Starshine Dana Mocha Diggs, happy birthday to you. And also Marquita Woodson, happy birthday to you. And Clenetta Shoo Robinson. Clenetta Shoo Robinson. And Trey Washington also. Trey Washington. And Tawana Deneen. And Tiffany Frazier. And last but not least, my girl Rochelle Bailey. Rochelle Bailey. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all a good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious July 14th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on it, do the damn, the rock out. Rock on it, do the damn, rock out. Rock on it, do the damn thing, you do the thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings, you do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, man, the responsibility to bring a child in this world is a large one. You cannot front on that. Yo, if you don't use condoms, don't use no pills, don't use no, what they call it, sponges and diaphragms, and you don't use no nothing. You know, not even the rhythm method. Oh, you know, that's one thing we didn't talk about on the show. We didn't talk about the, pull-out game and dudes with this weak-ass pull-out game. Y'all got that weak pull-out game, and some of y'all women have weak pull-out game too. And you might ask, well, how can a woman have a weak pull-out game? The same way as a woman got a good push-off game if she don't want you to nut in her. Get your ass up off of me. I felt it coming, but you ain't not. You can waste it on the sheet, but it ain't coming in me. It ain't really that time. The other baby ain't mine. More or less none of yours. You ain't got the draw. Yeah, because they're women who are good with the push-off game. Fuck out and stop. And then there are women who will wrap their legs around you like you ain't going nowhere. It just felt so good. It feels so good. Fucking a hottie and busting a nut upon her back. And that's a fact. Anyway. Sexual responsibility. Sexual responsibility. All right, hold on. Sexual responsibility is definitely an individual thing. And in that way, it is the responsibility of both parties involved. If me as an individual does not want to have a child by a woman, then I need to do what's necessary to make sure that doesn't happen. If I was a woman and I didn't want to get pregnant by some dude, then it's up to me to make sure that doesn't happen. So yes, it is both parties' job to make sure, or both parties' responsibility to make sure that a baby does not come out of a situation. An unwanted pregnancy is what it is. It's unwanted. Well, how bad did you not want it? Because we know the extremes that some will go to in order to get what they want. Well, how good are you? How diligent? How tenacious are you in making sure that you prevent what you don't want? I ain't trying to hear that shit. He knocked me up. I ain't trying to hear that shit. She tried to trap me. And for all of them chicks out there that be like, these niggas out here be talking about, you know, chicks out here trying to trap them for money that they don't even have. Well, what about the money that you do have? Because I don't care if you got $5 in your pocket or $5 million. You either are saving that $5 or you saving that $5 million. Because in a bunch of scenarios, there'll be somebody that's more than willing to take that $5 or that $5 million off your hands. You don't need that. You don't need that. So people out here on their high horse acting like gold diggers only go after people who got money. No, they go after wherever the money is. You ain't got gold diggers ain't like, nah, I would never milk or juice the middle class man. He ain't got it like that. Shit. He middle class? What kind of middle class? We talking 5 figures and we talking 6. Oh, only 5? How high or low the 5? Oh, he makes $75,000 a year. Good enough. I'm about to get him for Ruth Chris money. He can afford it. I'm about to get him for that SUV money. It ain't always gotta be a Bentley. I get him for the SUV. You know what I'm saying? Get it where you can get it. You need to cut that bullshit out. People act like, you know what I mean, like a gold digger only digs for gold. Like they won't take no silver. They'll take some pewter. You're a pewter. So a lot of y'all don't even know what pewter is. They take the pewter money. Like I'm a pewter digger. Shit. What do you think this is? You got it, I want it, I'm gonna take it. It is what it is. It is what it is. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death, resuscitate y'all, love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night, 1 a.m. for the Daily Go Getimism show. So not tonight going into Monday, Monday going into Tuesday. We will be here 1 a.m. in our normal weekday slot for the Daily Go Getimism show. This has been another installment of the Urban Therapy with Sun show. I want to thank y'all for coming through. I appreciate you. I said I want to thank you, and I appreciate you, yo. Thanks for coming on by, being fly. Y'all come to this shit and I say, I ask why, but y'all get what y'all need. I give what I got to give. We don't bleed, but we make sure that we take from each other what we need to have. And I say on the ad, we have these conversations, so we bring it to your home. Won't leave it alone. At the sign of tone, we message. He's just like a phone mate back in the day. You know what I'm talking about. Y'all had the message machine. Yeah, we did it that way. But we take it to the next level. Devils don't want to come around their guards because it gets hard for you to spread all that neggy. And I'm going to be like, here, I'm going to egg you on to be the best that you can be. And I hope you do the same for me. I am here to represent each and all. Yo, we going to do this shit. We never fall. I know that as long as you got 2 arms and 2 legs, maybe you only got 1 of each. But we still use our intelligence to make songs and teach. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. And we're going to get up out of here. Yeah. So let me get Blog Talk out of here. Yeah. And for my YouTubers, hold on. Blog Talk acting dumb on the goodbye. They don't want to say goodbye.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but thanks for coming on through. See you on the other side, my boobers. Peace. Thank y'all so